Happy Thursday. I'm going to be talking about capital gains tax. I watched a video recently, and everything I watch, I try to watch directly to the source. What are people saying? That includes politics or news, or which direction is the market going. And obviously, as broker owner in the Villages, I have a pretty good idea of what's going on because I connect with my agents all the time, and I've got my hand. They've got their hand on the pulse, and I'm connecting with them all the time, so they know, and I know what's happening specifically in the Villages. But something I saw recently was a video where there was some, I wouldn't say rumor. I've heard the president talk about the possibility of eliminating capital gains. And obviously, there's a lot of frustration, and I know there's a lot of people that may agree or disagree, and not interested in turning this into a political conversation, but really talking about, should interest rates be lower? And I think there's an argument for pretty much a lot of the country, and I talk to real estate agents around the country all the time, and obviously they want more transactions so they can do more deals. But I think there's a lot of people in the country that would like to see a lower interest rate so they can decide to buy. Some of those are going to be, new first-time home buyers. They could be just buyers in general that would sell a home, but they've got a home right now that is under a 2 or 3% interest rate. So they're thinking, wait, it's just not affordable for me to do that right now unless the interest rates come down. But that's a separate argument. I'd like to hear your thoughts about that. Put that in the chat. Like, do you think that interest rates should be lower? I mean, that's a thing. I know real estate agents say yes, but the public, I'd be interested in knowing that. So let me know about that. But specifically, what about capital gains, right? 15% capital gain tax is typical. Obviously, with homesteaded properties, if you live in the home more than 2 years, and you sell your home, you're a couple, you're protected up to $500,000 in profit. So in other words, you bought it for 500. I'm giving you a simple example. It's a little bit more complicated than this, but if you bought it for 500 and you sell it for 900 after you've owned it for 3 years, and you're a couple, then you are protected because you get a $500,000 exemption. If you're a single person, then essentially, you're looking at $250,000 for a single person. So here's the thing. If they do eliminate capital gains, think about this. If they eliminated capital gains today, would that improve the real estate market or not? Let me know about that. Like, I don't know that there is a real benefit long-term for the real estate market with capital gains elimination. But capital gains elimination is really essentially great for investors. It could be great for people that have owned their homes for a very long time, maybe you're in luxury markets, but I don't believe that capital gains would actually boost the real estate market the way we need it to, especially in Florida. Everywhere else in the country, maybe. So if there's a low inventory in your marketplace, and I know there's certain areas that have lower inventory, but most of the people I talk to, you know what? Inventory is not an issue anymore. It was last year and the year before, but now inventory is big enough and large enough where it's no big deal. So here's the deal. In Florida, in the Villages, in Central Florida, do you think it's a problem? I don't think it is. I don't think it moves the needle enough to actually do anything, because what happens with capital gains elimination? More inventory on the market. We don't need more inventory in Florida. By the way, the only marketplace in Florida, in the country, that I know of right now that's going down in inventory, where inventory is down the last couple of months, is actually the Villages, believe it or not. And I think the reason why that is that the people that are buying are essentially moving from places, and maybe it's taxes, maybe it's political, maybe it's just, they want just ready to retire, but they've got cash and interest rates are not an issue. So I would actually be, kind of strangely enough, I don't know that I'd be in favor of capital gains tax elimination. Let me know your thoughts. All right, take care.